Hello and welcome to the Nova Show Real Estate Records. I am your host, Tristan Hammett, for today's episode. And today we're sitting down with none other than Nestor Boada, one of Utah's top 500 realtors. Nestor is known for his relentless drive, sharp negotiation skills, and deep commitment to his client success. Whether he's helping first-time homebuyers or seasoned investors, Nestor brings energy, expertise, and heart to every transaction. His passion for real estate and community shines through all he does, and today we're pulling back the curtain on his journey. So welcome, Nestor.
Hey, thank you very much for having me here. This is a really cool place. We did a really good job. We are today in Nova, right?
Yes, Innovation.
Innovation title. Yeah, so Innovation title, they do a really good job, and they focus on the experience of the client. So thank you for having me here.
Oh, you're so sweet. Oh my gosh.
It's a really honor for me to be here. So,
I love that. Thank you so much. It's not bad being there. Okay, well, this is actually my first time meeting Nestor, so you're going to get to know him with me. So I really don't know anything about him. I see him all over social media. He's made himself known, which is amazing. So we're going to dive into his business and learn about him together. All right, Nestor, where are you from and how did you get into the real estate? So we're going to fast forward. So we're where are you from and how did you get into the real estate world?
So that's a really interesting question. I am from Venezuela.
Oh.
I have 28 years old, and I have in Utah since 2020, since COVID times. So the reason why I get in real estate is because I was looking to purchase my first property, and I didn't know nothing.
How old were you?
I am 28.
No, how old were you when you were?
24.
24,
yeah.
Purchasing his first property. Wow.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. My first property at 24 years old. So I say, if I want to purchase my property, I need to know how this works and how to save money and all of that. And it was a really crazy market 2020.
Mm.
So it was interesting to start in that season because the market was crazy. So people was offering 50,000 above properties. It was crazy times. So I decided to get my real estate license and purchase my first property. And in the process, I did really well. I saved money. I make a good equity in my purchase. And everything started with that. Then I helped a friend. Then I help another friend, and then we are here.
Okay, so are you telling me that you got licensed so you could just understand you got licensed because you wanted to understand the whole process and learn about it and then purchase your home?
That's correct. That's what I did. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing. Okay, so you got the ball rolling, your friend, and then another friend. How long have you been in the U.S.?
Since 2017.
So not that long.
Not that long.
Okay. I am so amazed by you right now. So much to dive into. So you started the ball rolling. This is 2020. You purchased for your first home. And then you help a couple more friends, and then now you're understanding that you love real estate. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, that was happening. I get my real estate license, and then I start working on construction because I was needing the W-2. Mm-hmm. So while I was building my property, I worked in a regular job, and the people say "Why are you here if you're a real estate agent?" And I was I am helping all my clients to get really good interest rates, and I am not able to do it. So I paid the price. I worked 11 months on constructions while I was a real estate agent. I was doing sales. So my business was giving me more money than that actual job. But I was really committed to purchase my property. That was my goal.
Yeah.
I never did in a business or what is the business behind it. I didn't know nothing about that. And even I don't have any guide that tells you, hey, this is the way to sell property. This is the way to make business. I just discovered the business in the process.
Wow. Okay. So you, I'm just what was the motivation and the reason why you had to purchase a property? Why was that so important to you?
Yeah, because in those times I see too many people I help clients to make really big business. They purchase a property and in a year they have 100 in equity and an interest rate of 2.5. And it was okay, I am glad that I am helping people to do that, but I want the same for me. Mm-hmm. So that's what's happening.
Wow. Actually. That's amazing. Okay. So you start selling homes, and now this is like your career now. And then how, like, if you're on your social media, you are very just like, you have a lot of families that you're helping. How do you continue this and like your marketing? Is it social media only, or how do you prospect and how do you find your clients?
Well, that's really interesting because I never did social media. I never do ads or anything like that. If you follow my Instagram, you're just gonna see a post about closing properties. I am not doing videos or stories or anything. The best way of I make business is because referrals. So how do you get referrals? You do the best for your client. So I really take care of every detail with the clients, and they just go super happy and tell their 5 friends, and that's continue. But that wasn't a plan. That just happened, So if you can do that extra mile with the client, for example, they need help with leasing agreements. That is not part of my work, but I don't do nothing like that, but I help them. So those little details are really important for people, and that, as a consequence, bring more clients.
Yeah.
So honestly, I never work in any marketing. I just post. I am trying to learn how to do ads, or how to advertise my business, because I honestly don't do it. I just close properties and post those closings.
Okay.
But I am learning how to do it still. Yeah.
Okay, so are you training I don't want to say training, but do you ask your clients for referrals, or are they just doing it?
It's really crazy because I am so busy that I am not asking people like, hey, bring me clients I am just busy. If I have free time, I am studying, or I am doing something productive in my free time. So when people bring me clients, I am like, I'm tired, but he's a friend of my friend and I want to help him because he's recommending to help him. So I make the time to help that family. That's the mindset that I work with. And that feels for the clients that you don't want to sell them, You want to help them because I am busy, but I'm gonna take the time to help you or your friends. So that works like that in my style.
Yeah. Well, and I kind of want to bring it back a little bit because, so these are actually I like all of the podcasts, but my favorite podcasts episodes are from the agents that aren't from Utah. It could be out of the country, it could be out of the state, right? But they've become top 500, but you don't know anyone here. So you literally had to build your business. You don't have this SOI that everyone talks about, right? That most real estate agents have, right? To build their business. So this is why it's one of my favorites, because it's like you've built in a short amount of time this really amazing business for yourself. So I know you said like you got licensed and then you helped a friend and then helped a friend. And then, so how did you meet this initial friend?
Well, what's happening, I told you that I worked like 11 months in construction, right? So I work with a lot of people and I help this friend in the construction. And as an advice, if people can get along with people that is working and bother them there, that's going to help you to grow your business. For example, there are ways to, for example, you can give a free conference for a company. Okay. Nothing to do with real estate, but you add value. And then you are among all those employees that are there, and they can start talking about you and they start being curious about you. And then you invite them to give them an education.
So what do you mean like a conference?
For example, right now on this Sunday, for example, we're going to do a free conference about strategies of real estate. A month ago, I have a person that almost lost a property because they owe $6,000. $6,000, and he have an equity of almost $200,000.
Wow.
He need to pay those $6,000 because if he don't pay it, he lost his property.
Oh my goodness.
So there is a lot of information out there that doesn't have nothing to do with me. Like, I help you sell or buy, but you can give info that helps people how to find money where they're in that situation, how to make business, or for example, a conference, you invite a tax professional guy and you give free info to the people. You are providing value to the communities and they start relating with you. Like, hey, this person is adding me value. He's not asking me, oh, buy with me or sell with me,
Yeah.
So that's what I am trying to do, like add value to the community. Educating. So that situates you in an authority position. And when the people want to do something, they go to you. Like,
Wow. Okay. If you're not consistently like making videos on social media, how are you inviting these people to like the meetings?
I think that's behind the scenes as far influence. For example, I have a friend that is doing things like this, and he told me, "Hey, I am not able to sell nothing." And then I called 10 friends, and those 10 friends go. So I think that it is related to the influence that you have in the people. So if I say to them, "Hey, this is gonna really help you. This is information that could change your life," the people follow you because you are never with the intention to sell something. You are always with the intention to add value.
To give.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the people feel that, and the people follow you.
That's amazing and beautiful. Yeah, it's just like you're giving like these workshops for free. Somebody's not going to lose their house anymore because you helped strategize with them.
Exactly. Or if they lose it, at least they make money in the process because the bank takes you everything.
Yeah.
Instead, you can say like, okay, I give you 30,000 or 20,000. You're gonna lose your property, but at least you wanna have something to not be, without a roof.
Yes.
So you can solve your problems, and then we make business like, okay, we sell the property, I give you a part, one part is for me, or this kind of information can help a lot of people to make money without being real estate.
Okay. So what other industry experts do you bring to these workshops? So you said tax professional. What other ones?
Well, something that is really new is AI. So we are trying to package all that info and share with the community, like, hey, how you can make your life easier with AI. That doesn't have nothing to do with real estate, but you are always looking to give, like you said.
Wow. Okay. So you've got tax professional, new is AI. What else?
Well,
Or like who have you had in the past?
everything that you can imagine that could add value to the people. That all those people that attend to those events is going to be database for you.
Okay.
And then you're going to have all their emails or the phone numbers, and you can do whatever you want with that. I don't do a specific nothing, but I have it.
Okay.
So you are the one that organizes things. For example, Amazon, business with Amazon. That doesn't have nothing to do with real estate. But the people follows you because the people, or at least in my community, they are looking to be better. They are looking to improve. They are looking to do some business to grow. So I am that person that I'm trying to share opportunities.
Yeah. Like I've done this in this short amount of times, like you can too. Yeah. Oh my goodness, so beautiful. Okay, so you're saying you capture all of this information, so emails, phone numbers, you've contacted them, and now you have this database. But are you plugging them into like a CRM so you can communicate with them and invite them to future things? It doesn't sound like it, but what are you doing?
Well, at the moment, I don't know what I am doing with that, but I am planning to do something with that in the future. Maybe in the future, you are teaching people, you are doing conferences, and you have an entire database that could be interested in those things. But for real estate matters, I don't do nothing with that.
Okay. How often are you holding these workshops?
Not that often. It's not that, for example, I can do one every 6 months. It's not that often. But we always try to do something to add value.
Okay.
It's not necessarily a workshop. For example, there was a Labor Day and we do a party with a big company. That company have 80 employees. And if they take a picture with Nestor Boada, they are participating for this TV. So.
Oh, okay. So there's also like these events that you're going to. Okay, and just like really broadening your network.
Exactly. That's the day of exposition. So you are everywhere. So the people take pictures with you to participate for a TV. And then of those 80 employees, maybe it's 15 purchase a property with me. But that doesn't have nothing to do with real estate. So I was just giving away a TV. But I helped that company to make that event. They find the place, So.
Wow. Okay. Do you find yourself helping more of first-time home buyers, or are you more on the investing side? Tell me a little bit about like what your business and what people you're helping right now.
My actual interest is the investing side, but the majority of my clients are first-time home buyers.
Okay. So are you still educating like your clients that are first-time home buyers, like, here, we're getting you into this home. This isn't going to be your forever home. This is going to be like kind of a stepping stone, right?
Correct.
And then like we can, like your next home could be like an investment. Are you educating them in the very beginning, or do you wait until after they've been in their home?
No, since the beginning, you try to, to share all the information possible, and they see what works for them, because not everybody is looking to invest or grow. They just want a property for their family.
Mm-hmm.
So I just try to share everything that I have, and depending of the client, every client they have different needs.
Okay.
So that's my actual interest, but a lot of the clients, they just want a property for their family,
Yeah. Okay. Now, because you are so busy, do you have a assistant? Do you have a TC? Do you have a team? How do you stay organized with how busy you are?
It's really crazy. Since I started working, I hired TC, I hired assistants, I hired too many people to help me with, and they didn't do a good job. So what I am doing right now, and I think is the best thing that I am doing, because it's helping me a lot to leverage time, is leadership. You help somebody, you really help somebody to grow their business. For example,
Are you talking about other realtors?
Realtors and people that with business. So I have too many people that is not working for me. They are working with me. For example, while we are here doing this podcast, I have few agents showing few properties.
Oh.
So that's, for me, explode my mind, because usually when you start working with agents, you are talking about the splits. No, if I teach you, you give me this percentage. I am teaching agents without asking for nothing. And then they help me. So it's a work team.
Okay. So, it's, again, giving value.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that's explode my mind, because I feel that I am growing horizontal, like with too many leaders on my side that made my life easier because I help them to grow. So that's what I do right now.
I feel like you are wise beyond your years. Like you've learned from a very young age that you lead with like giving rather than I want.
Correct. That's correct.
Where do you think that came from?
Well, actually, I lost a lot of money in the past, and I was always working for money. Oh, I need to make money. I need to meet these goals. And then I saved money for years, and then in 1 month I lost everything, and maybe more. So it was really hard at the moment to process. But then I understand that it's not about money, because the money you can lose in a moment. But what you don't lose is your relations, the people that is loyal to you, your team, where you are actually building. So I changed my mindset. I started building relations, people. I started helping to grow people, and that people that grow because me, they help you to grow. So that's where it came from.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Do you feel like you attract a lot of people that are like-minded?
Yeah, exactly. It's not about quantity, it's about quality. There is a lot of people that came to you, I want to grow, I want to do this. It's not necessary work with everyone. It's people that is really paying the price, people that really want it. Because at this time, maybe I work until 12 p.m. because I am committed to my goals. And you need people in the same vision that you have sometimes, depending on the process that they are and the activities that they need to make. For example, if you just need a person to show properties, you don't need them to work until 12, but you need people with the intention to actually add value as well to you, because you are adding, I feel that I am adding infinity value to people. Like, hey, this cost me 5 years of experience, 5 years of failure, 5 years of mistakes, and I give it to you to make your life easier. Mm-hmm. So this call worth a lot of money, but I am giving you for free because I really want you to see you growing and see you well with your family. So for the people really see. Not everybody is grateful, but you can see it, and you try to focus on that person that is gonna commit with you as well, because you are committing to him. Then you need somebody that commits to you as well. You start feeling, and then you start having people in your team that is better and better, attract better people.
I love that. That is so beautiful, Nestor. Thank you for sharing. Okay, back to the social media. Is that you doing your social media or somebody else doing your social media?
Yes, I am doing my social media.
Okay.
It's not perfect, my social media. I am learning as well, but with the time, we're going to have a team that takes care of that.
Well, something that's great about it, though, is I go to your page and I know you're an active realtor. Even if you're saying, like, I'm not doing all these other videos, I'm just posting closings, like I can see you're an active agent, right? Like you know what's going on. So, and speaking of that, how do you keep up with the trends, like the market trends?
Okay.
I want actually two questions. How do you keep up with the market trends? And then what, like if I'm a new first-time home buyer, what are those conversations looking like in today's market?
Okay, markets change, right? So what you need to do is adapt. So, for example, in the last few months, we are doing few seller finances. And that's interesting because people is looking to sell their properties, but they don't have enough equity. And realtors say, no, you cannot sell because, they're going to lose time. They didn't pay attention. But there's people that really need to sell their properties. And there is why it came seller finance. So if you seller finance your property, maybe you can sell it for a higher price, and maybe you don't need two realtors. Maybe I can help you, with representing both sides. And so I think that's a really interesting strategy for times that change. Mm-hmm. Not everybody qualified, but there's people that have capital to invest in their first property while they're prepared for a few years or 5 years, and then they take your loan for a certain time. So there are opportunities, and how I manage this is trying to educate myself all the time, trying to adapt myself to the change and get new information, because the new information is going to help you to see how to react with the change of the market.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, what are the conversations that I have with my clients regarding this?
Yeah, like right now in today's market.
Well, in today's markets, for example, in my community, they are changing the FHA. Mm. That is going to affect a lot of people. Like, for example, a lot of the people in my community, they work with FHA, 100% finance. So that's going to affect directly, for example, my specific business. I am worried not. I am not worried because I am always trying to diversify. That's why I don't work for sale. I just work for people that need my help to purchase properties, Yes. So I am not a seller. Like, purchase with me because I am your best option now. I am just trying to help people to get into their property, and I help the ones that are ready to do that. I am not convincing nobody like, you need to put on your property, this is the best for you. No, I am just educating, and then you're going to attract the people that is ready for that because you educated. I am always sitting. For example, while we are here, maybe I am educating people for next year.
Yes.
So that people is already prepared. There is people that is not ready. You educate those to be ready maybe in 1 year.
Okay.
So.
And then do you just tell them if they're not ready now and they are in a year, do you just check in with them periodically?
I have a team that do follow-ups. I just started having that team.
Okay.
I never do it in the past. So
okay.
I lost a lot of leads, and that was a really big mistake. So right now I have a team that do those follow-ups.
Oh, okay.
And it's interesting, have really good results.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing is that just having meetings, all the clients are good. If they are not ready to buy now, it's okay. You can guide them. You can give them a plan. Mm-hmm. And of those 10 clients, maybe 3, the situation changed and they are not ready to purchase next year, but they are 7 that you are helping them, you are giving them the education, and you are giving them the plan, and they're going to go to the goal with you.
Okay. And you were talking a little bit earlier, and I know what seller financing is, but for your audience that might not know what seller financing is, can you just go over that? Because it is a great option for some buyers.
Yeah, so seller finance is more like the seller is financing you the purchase. So you don't need to go with banks. So you can create a strategy depending on your situation and the seller situation, where both have a win-win situation. I work in that way and try to transmit that idea to my clients. There are people that want to take advantage of other people. If I am representing both sides, we need to, this is a win-win situation. And if this works for you, good. If not, we cannot work because, you are helping both sides. It's not more the seller or the buyer. Mm. So we try to create win-win situations where everybody can meet those requirements. Seller finance, basically, the seller finance. The seller have the loan with the bank, and they allows you to make those payments, but the loan is still on the seller side. So as soon as you meet all the payments and everything is going to be fine. That could be 2 years term, 5 year terms. The crazy thing, we made 2.8 interest rate 3 months ago.
Wow.
Yeah, for 10 years.
Wow.
So that was a really good deal for both sides, because these people is not ready to purchase now, but they give a really good payment and help these guys to, to pay all their debts and moving forward with their life. And these guys get a 2.8 interest rate and also 10 years.
In 2025.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's really crazy.
Okay, so the seller was just able to, not have to sell to get all the money up, correct? At one time. So he wasn't in a hurry to sell his home.
The reason, because he was looking to sell, but he have a HELOC of 100,000. So if he sell, he's losing money in the normal way, because he need to pay closing costs, he need to pay 2 realtors. There are too many factors in that. But if you do seller finance, you can increase a little price because you are giving like a big benefit of 2.8 interest rate. So
yes.
buyers didn't care to pay a little extra because they're having a bigger benefit.
Okay.
So.
And about how much do you see that your buyers are having to put down specifically on seller finance? I know it varies because every single seller finance deal is different, but what is like an average amount that you're seeing?
Well, the last property that we made was around 20 to 30 grand. And the reason because the seller have to pay some things, and the buyers as well. If you, for example, if they have an agent, they need to pay you, they need to pay closing costs for the sale. So depending on the specific case, it's gonna reflect on the down payment, because in the deal that I told you, they do a really big down payment. The 1.2. Well, the second one that I did, the last one that I did, it was 20 to 30 grand. But that could be like 10,000, 50,000. That depends on every situation. If they don't have enough money in equity, you cannot be doing a lot of money as well.
Right. Okay. Do you have seller financing workshops?
No.
No?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I am. You look at me here, but I am still learning.
Yeah.
So I am a student. I am learning every day. I am learning something new. I try to apply in the real life, but we are learning in the process as well.
Yeah, I think that would be a really good workshop, just because, especially with these FHA guidelines that are changing, it's a great option to get into a home as long as you're doing it the right way, right? And you're doing it with somebody that you trust, like Nestor. So I think that would be a great opportunity, because it does help a lot of people get into homes. Yeah.
So I really want to share that you see that in short amount of time, having results and all of that, but I want to talk about what's happened before.
Okay.
What happened before I came here. I came to the United States at 21 years old. While everybody was partying and everything, I was committed to...
So you came straight from Venezuela?
No, I came from another country. I was living in Peru.
Oh, okay.
In Peru before I came here. I lived there around a few years.
Okay.
Too many things happened. So I worked for months and they don't pay me. I don't have money for food, stuff like that. So
wait, this is when you first moved here?
No, in Peru.
In Peru. Okay.
So Peru, it was really good for me to open my mind and understand how life works, and to get really focused to the United States. Because what's happening here, there is a lot of distractions. There are debts, so if you really understand that everything is a process, even to have a business of real estate, and you do your part, every part is important. You cannot be like, oh, I want the results now. Every part is important. So I understand that really, Jim. I came here really focused. While everybody was partying, while everybody was purchasing expensive Christmas gifts, I was saving money, I was educating myself. I was trying to learn English. I am still learning, but I was always trying to educate myself and understand that everything is a process. When I started in the business of real estate, it was the same. So I just started. I was not looking to do a lot of deals. I was looking to learn, to educate myself, and the best way to do it was purchasing a property for me.
Wow.
Because now I am helping somebody that I understand what he's feeling, what is working in his mind, what are their doubts, because I do it for myself. So before I started thinking of making money, I was really focused on understanding the position of the buyer. Like, hey, I am doing it for myself. I did a really good business for myself. This is why I can help you.
Yes.
So I am not trying to solve you. I am showing you how to do it. Because I do it. Yeah.
It's amazing. What an incredible story. And that I'm just so impressed because at your age, I was not this disciplined, and I didn't understand how much education it really does. Like Tony Robbins, I know you were saying before we got on the show that you follow Tony Robbins as well. And it's, if you're not growing, you're dying, right? If you're not consistently, and I've heard you say it repeatedly throughout this episode, that you're just always educating yourself, always learning, always educating other people, and I'm so impressed with you on how you've built your business in a short amount of time, coming from a completely different country where you know nothing here, right? It's not only is it's I'm sure you felt a lot of fear. Was that? Yeah. A lot of fear of the unknown.
Certainly,
yeah. So talk to us about how you were able to get through that and like not have that keep you down.
Well, like I was telling you before I came here, I was in front of really hard situations. Like, I don't know, like what is my future or everything. So I did like a little letter from the future, like, hey, don't be sad. This is going to be you in the future. You're going to help a lot of people. And so I have that image really clear in my mind. I was so focused. You are not alone.
Sorry. I'm crying.
No, I was talking with myself because I have no worry on my side to tell me good things. To tell me, hey, don't worry. I was really, really lonely. Like, literally, imagine yourself with 18 years old in another country that you don't know nobody. And you was working to say, to purchase a phone to communicate with your family, and then they stole you the phone. And that happened to me like 3 times.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so in order to save money, I eat little food, and it was young, and I was really like, how do you say, when you don't know nothing about life, like it was really innocent.
Mm-hmm.
So that was me, and I was really lonely. Like everywhere you go, you don't know nobody. It was a different culture, and I understand that nobody's gonna save me. So I thought to myself, my future me, like, hey, don't worry, everything is gonna be fine. Like, this is gonna be you in the future. I know you are sad in this moment, but look everything that you accomplished. And then I started telling me like really good things. I still have that letter with me. That was like 10 years ago.
Do you really? I was gonna ask you.
Yeah, it's really inspiring for me because I was really in the dark. So I understand what people is going on. So that's why I'm so giver. Because there is nobody like that, or there is really people like that. Everybody is asking what is for me. Nobody's asking like what I can give today. So that's why I am kind of concerned of what's going on around everywhere, because everybody's so distracted and the world is like, but I understand that I have a responsibility that nobody's going to save me. So I start taking action. I say, if you start today, in 10 years, maybe you're going to be better, but you need to start. So when you understand that, you start working. So you see a clear picture here of you in 10 years. And my biggest challenge I was young when I started business, because you saw all these big realtors and you have 24 years old and you are new with your license. Who is going to trust you? If you don't accomplish nothing with your life, you have a problem. So that was a really big challenge for me. But I say, at least I am starting young.
Yeah.
Like, so I just started.
Right. Yeah. And I think that's, it's not often, but I've had a couple of podcast episodes with younger agents. And I'm like, that's the beauty of it. Like, you're already here and you're just building. And then now it's just going to be like referrals and repeat clients, right? It's not always going to be like grinding.
So it's interesting because the biggest challenge, I transformed that in my biggest blessing, because you start young. So now I have 28 years old and you have all this experience and all of these things. And sounds crazy. Like, hey, you are talking like a 4 years old guy. Like, you lost that quantity of money or you built this business. So it's too many things going on. But it's happened because I start young. I'm always thinking that it doesn't matter your age. The important thing is to start and really focus on every little step. And that's what's going to make you go where you want to go. Yeah. So in uncertainty, you have that clear picture that you don't know what's going to happen, but if you are doing something productive today, I'm sure that you're going to be better than other people that are not doing nothing. I think that we have a really big advantage right now that because there is people that is doing nothing and you are doing something. You are educating yourself. You are trying to add value. You get your real estate license. They say that you are aggravated and you are tired. You are confused. You are scared. Hey, at least you get your real estate license. So start focus on those little things that you do.
The little wins.
Exactly. And keep working and keep doing it. And I'm pretty sure that in the future you're going to be better than those that are not doing nothing. Just worry at you.
Are you proud of yourself?
Yeah, I try to, but I am still building myself. So I don't feel that, I am success. Of course, I am success. For the community, you see myself and you say, this is success, but I am still being myself. It's just the beginning. We are always trying to be improving and be better, and I feel like there is too much that I need to learn. So
I'm like so proud of you. I'm like over here crying again. I'm just so amazed by you, and I can't imagine feeling that way of feeling alone, and not that anybody was in your corner. And like, look where you are today. It's incredible.
So it's incredible when you are a real estate agent and you work with a lot of families, you hear a lot about a lot of problems, and you are able to understand them because you was in similar positions.
Yes.
But sometimes they are just worried about little things, and nobody knows these things that I am telling to you. It's funny because they think maybe, this guy is success, his life is easy, he never have problems. So it's funny because when you see yourself in the mirror, you see all the big challenges that you have, and you need to hear these people that is complaining about, I don't know, there is a little dirt and you can clean it, So why make problems bigger? So it's kind of fun.
Yeah, I heard a quote yesterday. Actually, Loriana was here. She said, or the speaker, Lame, said he actually had a presentation and it said failures. And he's like, I'm going to talk about the failures because you can't have any wins without failures first, right? So he talked about all of his like investing mistakes that he made, through the years. But it's so interesting because it's like that's how you grow.
It's part of the process.
It is a part of the process. So for you to recognize that, it's amazing. Okay, if you were to go back to your new agent self, which wasn't that long ago, and you're still rocking and rolling, so that's 5 years ago, what would you tell yourself?
Well, what I tell myself is doing whatever you are doing. You are working really hard for me to be here. So thank you. Keep working hard. Yeah,
I love that.
He's the one that is doing everything for me. He's working for me to be here.
I love that. Okay, and let's talk about some future goals. Where do you see yourself 1 year, 5 year, 10 year? It can be personal, business, or both.
Yeah, just happy.
Happy.
Wealth, not necessarily in a amount of money, just wealth. Wealth in love, wealth in friends, wealth in loyalty, wealth in good things, and getting better every day. In 1 year, I see myself being happy. In 5 years, I see myself being happy. In 10 years, I see myself being happy with all the changes I can. It's going to be, but we are always going to give our best attitude and try to grow with the people. That's my biggest win.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was not expecting this episode to be like this today. This was like much more than I ever expected, and I appreciate you sharing everything from the heart today. You really did give, you were so vulnerable, and I appreciate you sharing that with a bunch of strangers and me. But we're not strangers anymore.
Yeah. No, the idea is really add value to those people that are hearing maybe this history, can connect with them. They say, we are having challenges, but those guys that are on the top, like they think, or we see, or they see that we are on the top 500 of that, we also have challenges. We also have the same concerns in the past or whatever, or I still have it, but we are still working on improving and getting better. So the idea is to those people that are looking at us that really feel that is possible, that you just need to go there, work hard, do your best, and do it with love, and really, hopefully, you can do it with the intention of add value to the people. I think that's the biggest thing.
That's beautiful. Where can people find you?
Oh, Instagram, Nestor, Utah Realtor. And yeah, that's the only social media that I have yet.
Okay, perfect. Well, it was so nice to meet you, Nestor. I appreciate you so very much.
Yeah, as well.
And I'm looking forward to getting to know you more.
Oh, definitely. Thank you very much for the invite. It was
Thank you.
a pleasure. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
We hope you enjoyed this episode. Please rate us, like us, and share this podcast with our real estate community. The Nova Show Real Estate Record, sharing raw stories of real estate, failures, lessons, wins, and successes. This is all from Novation Title, bringing a different experience into your world so that we can all uplift each other. Until next time.